Throughout the year, we're going to reach out to players who are on last year's Eagles team. We've reached out to Kian Bell, who's with the Battlefords North Stars in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. And Kian, tell us how your season's going so far.
We're doing really well as a team here. We've been on quite a hot streak as we haven't lost in regulation in 20 games. It's been fun, and our line's been doing really well, putting up lots of numbers, so it's going good.
Talk us through the process of getting out to Saskatchewan. How did you end up out in Battlefords?
I have some family connections back here. My mom grew up here, her whole side of the family did, and then my uncle's actually the all-time leading scorer for the team. They've been there for me since I left and kind of said, hey, if anything goes wrong, you could come out here, and they gave me a call after, and they were ranked high in the country, so I knew that it would be a good team and we're going for a championship, so I just decided to come out here.
Obviously nice for you to get some team success. That wasn't the case last year in Cape Breton. It was a rough season, but were you as a player able to take some positives out of last year in Cape Breton in what was sometimes a trying season?
There was lots of positive, especially in the second half of Christmas when we had Coach Cassidy come along. I thought the team started to gel together, and we were positive on all those negative nights. And personally, I started gaining confidence when he came. I had a pretty good streak up until I got injured, and it's carried on into this league now, and it's helping me find my stride.
As you mentioned, you played that 2021-2022 season. You also played some games as an affiliate player, memorably scored in your first game with the Eagles in Halifax. What are your best memories from your time with Cape Breton?
Definitely the first goal is pretty cool, but one of my favorite memories would be when we went back to Victoriaville and Sean was returning. I scored the shootout winner in the 8th round. Not just me, but I think 3 guys had to score to keep it alive, and we just kept fighting and fighting. That was one of my favorite memories.
I think at one point you told me you played in almost every province in Canada except one. And just explain to people listening where you've played in your childhood and just what's caused you to move around the country so much.
I've played in every single province but Newfoundland, I think. It's been because my dad's an RCMP officer. He's been transferred all over the country, and I played across Canada. It's cool to say that I've been everywhere, I guess, and especially being able to play. You get to see different rinks and just different atmospheres, and it's awesome.
What is the caliber of play like in the SJHL? We often hear about Alberta and BC's junior leagues as being leagues that attract a lot of major junior caliber players. What do you think of the caliber of play in your league?
I think the SJHL is one of the top, if not the top. I know the BC's a really good league and stuff, and I had the chance to go to the BC or the AJ, and I really had trust in coming here as it's a great league. There's lots of NCAA Division I commits. There's lots of guys coming back from major junior. It's a physical league. It's more physical than what I played in last year, but overall a really fast and skilled league. It's great.
You talked about your uncle. Just tell us about the significance of you wearing number 27 for the North Stars.
It was pretty cool. I've never worn the number before, but when I figured out I was coming here, I just asked him. I said, hey, is 27 available by chance? Because that's what he wore. He thought it was pretty special too. It means a lot to be able to wear the same jersey as him.
Looks like thus far you're doing it pride because you're among the leading scorers in the league. Previous interviews, you mentioned you were a big golf guy, but did you ever end up going to some of the more noteworthy golf courses in Cape Breton during your time with the Eagles?
This past summer, I got to go to both Cabot Cliffs and Links, and it was pretty cool. I definitely want to go back. I do miss that side of things, all the ocean and that.
The golf courses, they lived up to the hype?
Oh, yeah. It's the nicest golf courses I've ever played, by far.
Mentioned as well in the past, you'd also played competitive baseball. Is that something you're still able to do? Is that just kind of falling on the wayside due to hockey responsibilities?
I stopped playing baseball ever since I got drafted into the Q. I played at a high level. I went to 2 prep schools actually for baseball, and I kind of got away from it when hockey started to take over. But maybe I'll be able to get back into it.
As we talk, apparently your home rink had some ice plant issues. Do you think that that's going to get fixed by the time this interview airs?
Yeah, I don't know what happened yesterday. We've never had any issues with the plant since I've been here. And I think maybe there was a storm or something last night and it was just off for a little bit. So the ice was kind of soft. So it'll be fixed. It'll be good.
I may not have read it correctly, but it looks like you only have 3 guys that played in Major Junior. And I would think most top Junior A teams would have a lot of ex-Major Junior guys. How important is your experience and leadership given that you're one of the few guys that has that experience?
Yeah, the 2 other guys who played Major Junior, I think they only played a combined 10 games together. I'm one of the only guys who came back from Major Junior, but I guess I can provide some leadership when it comes to that. We got great leaders on the team. There's about 8 of them who've spent a lot of time around the league, and everybody gets along well, so I'm not the only one. For example, the Broncos in Humboldt, they have a bunch of Major Junior guys and a lot of NCAA commits, but we are one of the teams with the least amount, I guess. There's a couple Q players around the league, too. It's cool to catch up with them.
What other Q players are playing out in Saskatchewan?
There's Alex Blanchard. I think he played in Sherbrooke last year.
Yep.
There's Xavier Waugh. I think that's his name. He played in Blainville. Wolo was a goalie in Val d'Or. I might be missing one, but those are off the top of my head that I could think of.
How do you feel you've developed? And if somebody hadn't seen you play before, how would you describe Kian Bell currently? He's playing as a 19-year-old.
I feel like I'm playing with a lot more confidence. Our coaches here are really good. They let us play through our mistakes. Obviously, you don't want to make too many, but they're not going to be hard on you if you make a missed pass or anything like that. They just really kind of let us be a bit free when it comes to that stuff, and it really helped us with our confidence. And I've been scoring a lot this year. My confidence is really high, which always helps.
Very good. We wish you all the best and continued success in Saskatchewan. Thanks for this, Kim.
Yeah, thank you.
That's former Eagles forward Kian Bell, now playing for the Battlefords North Stars in the SJHL Junior A League in Saskatchewan. You're listening to Cape Breton Credit Union Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.